a year, usually right around this time, between 10, 15-ish. We try and get here at 10, but we always end up having some banter behind the scenes, and we're end up, stuff that, is show worthy. So a lot of that stuff, we're going to recycle it back on the show, or, it's stuff that we kind of cut it off there and use it then. But having some good discussions yesterday. Definitely not as hot as I've been, and that's gonna happen. It's like I've said it all along, but got it all out of my system hopefully, and I got some more picks today, and free picks, and I have premium picks. I was 2-1 in my college hoops. I lost that Ravens game. You guys saw my halftime show. That's the nature of the beast. Of course, Bittler's gonna tell us how sharp he is. And seriously, seriously. Anyways,
they should have scored before halftime.
Eric Ebron could actually catch a football. I don't know. Maybe he needs a little bit more money. Of course, we've got one college football game today, which is my favorite sport. But I gotta say, I've become not a little disenchanted with college football. I've become a lot disenchanted with college football, and I'll be talking about that over the next few days as well, and probably the next year or two as well. But of course, we've got some college basketball today as well. It's watered down, the sports schedule, but we still have a lot of sports. So that's the good news. And let's bring in the guys and talk about what we're talking about. But anyways, good morning, everyone. I got smoked on my parlay in this show, but it's like what I say, if you're going to parlay the picks, why come up one short? Just get smoked. Get all the losing out of your system. And believe me, I think with the parlays that we've hit over the last week, I think I've got some equity built up. So I don't feel too bad about it. And, you take some punts, and sometimes you get a little aggressive, and I'm not going to apologize for that ever. I got some...
two college football today, Mitch, not one.
Oh, 2 college football today. That's how much I care about it. I don't have a premium pick on either game. So we can fully discuss them here. No, unedited. I could care less about either of these teams. And like I said, either of these games. And like I said about, college football in general, I am so disenchanted with this sport. How is Iowa State ranked 9th? Someone explain this to me. Ruffalo. I mean, we're going to go around the horn and do things. Chris, explain to me why Iowa State is ranked 9th. Explain this to me.
Because the committee sits around with a blindfold on.
Because the committee probably needs Big 12 representation in the top 10.
That's true.
It's the only reason I can think of. Brian, here's a guy that I know has a different angle and look at sports. And normally on stuff like this, we don't always see eye to eye. How is Iowa State ranked 9th in the rankings? And BYU is like not even in the rankings. And Miami's 10th. Miami's 7-1 and 10th. Iowa State is 7-2 and 9th, and one of those losses is at home to Louisiana Lafayette. I don't know.
I mean, I personally would have BYU around number 7. I think the win against Boise State's good enough to get you around number 7.
Oh, exactly. But I want to see how you get Iowa State to number 9 and Miami at number 10 when Miami has one loss. Okay, they haven't looked overly impressive in their wins. Okay, but they've played the ACC schedule. They played basically the same teams as Clemson, and they've played that ACC schedule. They're 7-1 against it. Okay, they've won on the road. They've won at home. They haven't won by huge margins. They haven't put up style points. That's for sure. Okay, we know that. But a win is a win, and that is the end goal here. They're 7-1. Their one loss that they have this season is at Death Valley to Clemson with Trevor Lawrence, with Travis Etienne, 100% fully healthy, loaded Clemson team. Okay,
that's their statement win though. That's Miami's statement.
That's their one loss this season. They don't need it. You don't need it. It's not about style points. It's about winning games.
Well, you got to beat somebody that's good.
Well, we didn't lose to Lafayette. How about that?
They got to play Notre Dame or a team that's.
They're not on the schedule.
I know. It's just.
But Miami didn't lose to Lafayette. Imagine what a Miami lost to Lafayette, where that would put them. If there's, where that would put them. Who's Iowa State's statement win? Who's their statement win? They got 2 losses. Oklahoma State, they lost to. and they lost to Lafayette. But neither of which are as quality of a loss as Clemson, where if Notre Dame lost to Clemson at home in that game, even without Trevor Lawrence, they would have dropped 3 spots.
We'll see how the Hurricanes do against North Carolina. That's their last test.
They're going to slaughter them. They're going to kill them.
We'll see.
They're going to kill North Carolina. Ridiculous, man. The whole thing just doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's like, well, BYU's independent, so we'll just it doesn't count. This is how Miami used to be when they were independent. Same thing. It doesn't count.
BYU and Miami would be a good matchup.
So Florida loses at Texas A&M, right? They're 7-1, right? The Gators 7-1. They lose at Texas A&M, and that's less damaging than a loss at Clemson with Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne playing. I don't know. I mean, I don't get it. Tell me. I mean, you tell me. I have no idea. How about Georgia? 2 losses. Housed. Both their losses, housed. I mean, absolutely bludgeoned. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. At all.
How was Georgia 11th?
Yeah. Why are they even in the? Why are they even in? Why are they even in the discussion?
Why is Oklahoma ahead of
anybody?
Like Coastal, Marshall.
Go away, Oklahoma. Go
no
away.
Way.
Just go away, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Just go away.
Those 3 clumped there are done. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Oklahoma's been pretty dominant. Oklahoma's been dominant since their first.
You've lost 2. You're out.
They've lost 2 games. You lost to Kansas State at home. The same Kansas State team that lost to Iowa State by 45 points. They lost to Iowa State by 45 points. That Kansas State team that beat Oklahoma. Oh, they've been dominant. They got their ass kicked at home. They lost at home to Kansas State. It's like, come on. I mean, what are you guys watching, man? Anyways, Brian, let's get to a happier occasion. Brian is absolutely kicking ass. He's taking some names. I think he's won 47-2 in his last 49. No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. If he was on some other websites, we would probably say that. But I think he's won like 3 in a row or something. Brian, what do you got for us? What's for sale today?
Sweeps of the board 3 in the last 4 days, 16-4, 80% run. Number 1 in college football, 56% last season, 56% this season, up 8,400. I got 2 picks today. Thursday, golden ticket, college football, or my college basketball, extreme violator. So pick them up at pickdogs.com premium picks.
Man, how the tide turns fast. I went 0-3 in my parlay yesterday. It's like you would think that I've never won a game for you guys. It's like...
Oh, the public's fickle, you know.
So I haven't heard because I haven't heard that was official that it's BYU against Coastal. I've not heard that it's official. Anyone?
Ooh.
I did. BYU 55 minutes ago. BYU replaces Liberty against Coastal.
Nice.
BYU
and that's
Liberty.
where game day is this week. Where ESPN game day is at Coastal this week. So that's a ball game. That's going to be a great.
Game, yeah.
That's going to be a great game. I'd way rather watch that than Iowa State against Oklahoma, man. Way rather.
It's better than the Liberty matchup because you got 2 undefeateds. So.
Yep.
Tickets as low as $197. Get them now.
Yeah, I bet it's going to go for more than that. Wow, good deal. We'll have full coverage. Sports Shop Place and Pick Dogs. Let's add those to the schedule. Anyways, Chris, what do you got for sale today?
Looking for a bounce back day today on the college hoops. 1 and 2 yesterday, but you know what? I'm going to bounce right back here. Number 3 on the college basketball leaderboard. Plan on making a push for number 1. I got my Thursday throwdown package up there. It's just 7 college hoops plays for tonight. I'm absolutely loving them. I tried to stop at 5, but I couldn't. I couldn't help myself. I had trigger finger. And you know what? I love these plays tonight. $35 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or guys, tune into the drive-through tonight. I'm going to have another deal for you behind the advent calendar. And tonight we got Loaded Car. We got Mitch is on tonight. We got Rod. We've got Alex Smart. Got Al Ninos tonight as well. We've got Damian Saunders leading the college basketball leaderboard, and Shane Mickle as well as Tony T and myself. So, guys, tune into the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight. You won't regret it.
Yep. If you have picks, the place to post those is in the Facebook group. This way they kind of stay out there. We have a handicapping contest going on in the Facebook group. How's that contest going, Rod? Anyone starting to pull away from the pack a little bit in the early going here? Is there a pack?
There's still a clump at the top of people that are neck and neck. But then, of course, you got the clump at the bottom that's still riding 0-4. So. But it's good. It's still close at the top. We just still don't have a clear cut someone running away.
All right. Well, it's only 2 days
Tight
in.
race.
2 days in. 2 days in.
Yeah.
Marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, I don't think you guys need to enter all the picks into a spreadsheet. I think you can just take your mouse, copy over the whole thread, paste it into a Word, and then just label that Word doc that day, and you'll be able to put it back together if somebody has a question. You'll be able to see their name and what their picks were, or at least their number and their picks that way, instead of having to type them all in manually into a sheet. And this way you can just record their record. Take you about 1/20th of the time. I don't want you guys spending 10 hours on this.
I know. I went dancing around last night. I was like, what am I doing? What are we doing? I'm like, I'm doing it. Yeah!
Did it work? Did you do my idea to copy paste it?
I copied the post myself and saved it into an area so that way it's saved. So that way all the picks are there. Now we can just go through.
Yeah, and this way you just keep the record, right?
Everybody's record in the
right.
thing.
And then this way, if there's a
a
discrepancy, then
I can go back and look and say it's right here. There's what you put in.
Yep. So you have, and we'll just save 30 of those files, and we'll have it. And it's like this way. Yeah, there's no reason for you guys to. I mean, Rod, I'd like to dictate a memo. You got some time?
Would we like to write a little more?
I saw that post. I was like, what in the hell are you guys doing?
We're putting every single one in by hand.
like, wouldn't you just copy the whole post and kind of just, use that as your documentation? Just kind of type in the record every day. I mean, that was the idea.
Yeah, no, that's what I realized. That I was like, that's what we need to do.
Indian Cowboy works for Docs, which means he's really not that good. If you have to work for Docs, you're not a good handicapper at all. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I went a little too far there. I'm going to say that if you work for Docs, you don't have documented picks, so you can basically say whatever you want for your record. They do not document their picks. And Wade Mosman, generally not someone that I personally trust. So I don't know if he's trustworthy or not to you, but to me, not someone I personally trust. I would not endorse him in any way, shape, or form. Or any of his people. Though Tony George is a nice guy. He's a nice guy, but I don't know. And I'll put my picks up against anybody. I really don't care. Mine are documented, man. Mine are documented. It's like, if you're documented, then at least you have the balls to stand behind them. If you're not documented, you don't have the balls to stand behind them. Basically, you can just say, well, we'll just forget about these 3 or 4 days that happened. We'll just conform it into some weird number, Isn't that what that Wonder Dog does? My last 336.
I'm 284 and 1.
Yeah.
See, I got to put that one loss in there so I don't look so bad.
In my 9-star presidential picks. Well, that's my 9.5-star presidential. Rod, what do you got for sale today?
Today I got Rod's College birdcage going. I got 3 selections in there. Nice little birdcage I love in college basketball. I'm with you. I can't touch this college football today. I'll tell you my opinions all here. Just couldn't do it. There's nothing there that I'm like running to the window to bet. I'm gonna
interrupt you again for a second. So he gives out great 1 picks. Yeah. If you had the option to give out 1 free pick instead of going through every single game, on the board and just give out one free pick a day, do you think your record would be better than if you gave a pick on every single game?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. There's no skill in that, man. It's like, big deal, you know?
Yeah, these are just leans. When I say, hey, take this.
Yeah, we're just going through the card and giving our opinion on every game.
And sometimes we run across a game that I missed the first time around or the second or third, and then I'm like, I better go back and put extra on that one or whatever. So it helps me too.
Awesome. This is a question here. This is something that what you should do is there's a little chat button on the premium pick site. Our show, we're not going to like put 600 people on hold to answer like customer service questions. What we're going to do is tell you, you go to the website, there's a little chat bubble on the premium site, go in there and type it in. But more than likely, you need to go to the My Picks page, My Picks tab on the site. You click on there, you log in, and you will see the picks. There's a tab on the site that says My Picks. Click on it and log in. I will answer your question.
How many free consensus?
It's all good.
How many people
it's all
took
good.
advantage of that?
No, you just click on My Picks and log in. What's that, Brian?
I said, how many people took advantage of your free consensus compared to the 7-day, 30 days? You know, did a lot of people take advantage of that?
Oh, on the thing of the packages? Oh, I lost about 40 grand. I'm at about $40,000 right now on those.
You have to hire a secretary just to activate.
Oh, are you kidding? I can't. I'm gonna have to take a part-time job as a secretary to pay for it. It's all right, man. It's okay. It's all good, man. It's like I kind of after I sent the email, I was kind of like, I probably should have said for over the next week instead of over a month.
Yeah, a week probably would have done it.
Yeah, a week was good, but hey, what the hell? I think more people will hate me this way from the other sites, and if that's what it's going to take, then that's what it's going to take. I don't really care that much. I think we're doing well as a site. I'm really excited about where we are as a company. So, Rod, did you tell everyone about how great your package is today?
Yep, we got 3 picks in there.
That's right. It's Birdcage. Yep, I got three college basketball picks. My college hoops were 2-1 yesterday. Special thanks to Leonard Hamilton and the Florida State Seminoles. Hey, who cares if you're up by 27 and there's less than a minute left to go? Start chucking threes in there, baby. That's what it's all about. The line's 25.5. It's like they were up by like 12 like the whole game. And then like the last 3 minutes, they just started raining threes, started D'ing up, steals, dunks, the whole thing. Even gave up the garbage bucket at the end of the game, and we're still to the good, laying 25.5. They scored. I think they went on like a 20-0 run in the last 3 minutes of the game. They were just like, they're up by like 25. Seriously, they were up by 27 and shot a contested 3 all net. It was beautiful. It's like normally I'm on the other side of that thing. You know, normally it's the other team where they're just sitting there letting them, hit the other side of it. How disappointed was Seton Hall yesterday. I interrupt Rod. You're right. I do interrupt Rod a lot. Why do I always interrupt Rod? I don't know.
It just the way it goes. All of a sudden, a comment comes up and you're.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, Brian, Air Force against. Who are they playing? Utah State. This is a gem. Who do you like in this one? It's a real beauty.
Yeah, well,
Utah State looks so good on Thanksgiving.
I couldn't find a premium pick in this game for sure.
Me neither.
I decided to go with Utah State with a small bet. I don't see why. I think this breaks down a little bit like New Mexico did last week. For some reason, everybody thinks Air Force is going to cover this. I have my doubts. I'll take a chance with the points in Utah State for a small bet.
Wow, Murray State got waxed yesterday. Chris had Murray State. Mitch gave out Murray State on the show, I'll tell you that much.
You guys talked me into Murray State,
Yeah,
and then I looked after the show and I bet the other side. I'm like, what the hell was I talking about on here? You guys must have like Bengali me or something.
It doesn't really matter. It happens, man. To me, having a losing parlay or something is all part of betting. And it's like I was 2-1 in my college basketball premiums. You take that, you quietly walk on to the next one. The easiest play of the day was South Dakota State yesterday. That was my top.
Yeah,
that was my top play. That was the one I really, really liked against Iowa State, who's ranked 9th in college football, which is crazy.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, South Dakota State, that's the play.
Jackrabbits, baby. Anyways, Utah State. So it's a lean to Utah State for you in this one, Brian? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Chris, Ruffalo? Who's on the drive-through? I heard zero drive-through promotion here.
He gave one at the beginning when we talked.
Okay. I'll be on the drive-through tonight. And I'm on at 5 with computer picks.
I was going to say, you were the first person I mentioned for the drive-through.
You know why?
Yeah, we have one of our best college basketball handicap, 2 of the best, Damian Sasha and Chris Ruffalo tonight at the drive-through.
I appreciate that. But I'm gonna
Speaking of crap games, Ruffalo, who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to take the under here in the Utah State game. I just think you're going to see Air Force run the ball a lot. I don't see a ton of scoring from Utah State, but I don't see that much coming from Air Force either, so I like under 51.
Rod?
For me in this one, I'm gonna lay the points with Air Force. I think they win this one by 2 touchdowns. Because Utah State is horrible. Just horrible. Yes, they won their first game last week. Before that, horrible. Their offense is horrible. They're definitely not going to be able to keep up with Air Force. I would take Air Force, but not something I'm running to bet. I would bet maybe light, very light.
I like the under in this one. I just don't. I could see this 28-13 or something. Lousy. North Texas against La Tech. This one's had the odd line movement of all over the place. This one went from plus 3.5 for North Texas. They went all the way up to minus 1.5. Now it's back to a pick 'em. This thing is all over the map. So I refuse to touch this one too. Of course, you know the line movement made me think North Texas, but I was like, no way, man. I trust North Texas 0. Did you happen to catch that SMU game? Oh boy. That was really one of the most pathetic performances, I've seen since, I don't know, maybe last week's Broncos game. Brian?
1 second. For me in this game, I'm going to go with the over here. I think we see it get close to 80 between these two teams in the offenses. You know, last night is at -2 North Texas, so now we're seeing it go back the other way towards Louisiana Tech. But for me, I'm going to lean towards the over in this one.
Chris, North Texas got those 2 big wins over Middle Tennessee and Rice in recent competition.
Yeah. I'm going to take the over here. I don't see there being a lick of defense being played for North Texas, and I think the offense for the Mean Green is going to do a little bit of damage against Louisiana Tech. So give me the over in this spot.
I mean, in all fairness, North Texas did only allow 17 points to Rice. Of course, they allowed 49 to Texas San Antonio, 35 to Middle Tennessee, 41 to Southern Miss, 65 to SMU, 31 to Houston Baptist, 26 UAB. Rod?
With this La Tech team hasn't played in a month or over a month. What was the last time they played? Was October 31st? Ooh, that's a long time to be sitting around, and especially with 39 COVID issues that they've had. They've had a rough start to the year. I'm actually going to take the under. Give me the under 66.5. I don't see this as a blowout shootout. Both teams like to run the ball, chew the clock, and I think we end up under the number. I'll put $60 on the under 66.5. And aside, I would lean La Tech. I don't like North Texas at all.
Thank you for the super chat. I'd put us up against any other team out there as well. How is a team killing a team by 25 with 3 minutes left to go shoot 5 straight threes? Ohio State. Yep, they did the same thing. That's how we didn't hit that one against Moorhead. They did the exact same thing. It's like sportsmanship has gone out the window, man. And it's like in the old days, they used to call it running up the score. Now they say they should have been more prepared. If they don't like it, stop. If they don't like us, if they don't like it, stop us. That's what they say. Seriously. Where do you get off? All right, Quinnipiac, 1-1 against the Drexel Dragons. College hoops at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Arkansas Little Rock against Winthrop, and I'll tell you what, man, these are two teams that can ball, man. These are two NCAA tournament teams, Little Rock and Winthrop. UMass, NC State, Eastern Illinois, Chicago State, Iona against Merrimack. Brian Bittler, our Iona recruiting coordinator. And, of course, Northern Kentucky, Tennessee Tech. Any of those do it for you, Brian?
My friend that's in the contest turned me on to NC State this morning. I kind of like them. The small bet, I think they crush MA Law, Massachusetts. I think they take them to town. I just didn't like the rotation number, so I wasn't going to make it a premium. It's a big, huge rotation number. I was like,
I love Lowell. I like Lowell a lot in that game, Chris.
I'm still laughing at the Iona recruiting coordinator. I like the over between Winthrop and Little Rock. I think there's gonna be a ton of points there. I like Quinnipiac getting the points against Drexel, and I'm leaning towards UMass Lowell and the points as well.
Absolutely. Rod?
For me, I'm looking at, I like Winthrop here. Give me Winthrop over Little Rock. I'm not touching Quinnipiac. Forget it. After what I seen them play last night, no thanks. And I'm with you guys. Give me this UMass Lowell versus NC State. I think NC State wins, but not by that many points. That's too many.
UMass Lowell is good. They're like new to Division I. And they're good. There's a few like newer Division I teams playing in these early slots, and they're one of them. And they're good. Look at who they played, and look at who NC State, Charleston Southern, and whatever. They beat nobody. And Lowell has been in there against much better and has hung in there. Ohio State, they took the Bucks. They lost by 10 against the Buckeyes, getting 27.5. They lost by 1 against Illinois State. They lost by 10 to Illinois State, getting 1. And then they beat San Francisco, who beat Virginia. So basically, if you go by they beat them and they beat them, then UMass Lowell could beat Virginia, right? So I'll take UMass Lowell in the 17.5. If you can beat San Francisco, you can certainly beat NC State outright. I don't know if they'll beat them outright, but 17.5, feeling good about it. The other one that I really like, and as a fan, I want to see Winthrop against Arkansas Little Rock. Two really good teams. Arkansas Little Rock can bust some people up. I mean, this team they have some serious talent, man. They are good. And Winthrop, this team has been good for a while. These are two NCAA tournament teams right there. So here's the Mitch play of the day of the show. Here's the Mitch play of the show. Put a little something on Merrimack against Iona. I know Rick Pitino's coaching Iona. I know Bittler's in charge of recruiting over there. Okay, but he's in charge of. Well, we'll just call him recruiting/entertainment director. But Merrimack, okay, hear me out on this one. Okay, last year was their first year in Division I. They set the record for wins of a first-year Division I program. The record holder for the most wins of a first-year Division I program is Merrimack. 20 wins last season.
Didn't they win their conference regular season title as well?
Oh yeah,
is there a line for them? I can't even.
Oh yeah, +4 against Iona, down from 4.5. 307, 237.
I remember looking at them last year, and I thought
they're low. And they have the whole team is back.
Yeah,
they're gonna. Iona's getting love because Rick Pitino's the coach, and if Pitino can coach them to a win here, so be it. It's gonna be one of those 1 point crying to the ref, free throws with 2 seconds left type wins, man. That will be the type of win that this is for Iona. I like Merrimack money line. I like them with the points. I like them every which way and Sunday. I really like Merrimack.
I wrote that down.
Write down Merrimack, Brian. Do yourself a little favor.
I did.
Washington against Utah. Did we say Northern Kentucky against Tennessee Tech? We'll say it again. Northern Kentucky, Tennessee Tech. Washington, Utah. St. Francis against Liberty. Citadel in the house against North Carolina A&T, getting points. Wright State looks to be the wrong state, up against Marshall, who scores about 6,000 points a game also. USC UConn in a feature game from Unicastle. ULM against La Tech. Any of those games, Brian? Not the sexiest grouping.
I tell you what, I think I should have had. Lost my voice. I should have had Utah in my premium pick section. I think they smashed Washington today. I know Utah hasn't played, and Washington, they're 0-2, and they look pretty dreadful so far. I think Utah gets it done, covers the spread.
Utah, they were 1-10 on the road and 10-1 at home last year or something. Ridiculous, right? They only win at home. They can't win on the road. Chris?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Northern Kentucky at home. Tennessee Tech just can't score, and I liked it at 11. I don't like it a little bit less at 13, but I'll still take Northern Kentucky. I'm on Wright State here. I know Marshall likes to score, but Wright State, even though they haven't played a game yet this season, they still bring back, they brought in 2 solid transfers. They bring in their 3 top scorers back from last year. The Conference Player of the Year, 2 really good sophomores. I like Wright State. And UL Monroe, ULM, at the football field to the basketball court, the theory doesn't change. You lose money. I like Louisiana Tech here. I think ULM's in trouble.
You guys see Dixie State covered yesterday.
And Tarleton State.
Joe Duffy, Tarleton State.
Yeah.
On the drive-thru. Merrimack game was postponed.
No. Was it?
No way.
I don't see that.
I don't see that.
Yeah, it doesn't say that currently right now for me.
Let me see what our good friends at Disney ESPN say.
Yeah.
No, it does not say that. I do not see
Air
that
Force
anywhere.
Denver, fairly disinterested. Villanova, St. Joe, Richmond, Charleston, LaSalle, Howard. Damn it. Troy, Wake, Western, Notre Dame, Florida Gulf Coast, San Jose, Colorado, Arizona. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Rick Pitino tweeted it. Yeah, he wanted no piece of Merrimack, I'll tell you that much. He wanted no freaking part of that.
He's probably like,
He wanted no freaking part of it. He's like,
we're gonna get out.
He's like, instead of today's game, guys, I brought in some entertainment. Brian, what do you got for the guys?
As long as I can take off a little bit for myself, I'll be all right in that one.
They're like, I own it, guys. It's a recruiting weekend, baby. Bring it in. The recruits are in town. No one recruits that sucks. Oh, well. I really liked Merrimack. Well, I didn't lose that one. I'm sure Jared will. Jared's going to count as loss for me on Periscope. Be like, Mitch didn't win the Merrimack game. Be the first comment tomorrow. Mitch, you didn't win Merrimack. It's like they didn't play the game. I know you didn't win. Jared, the first thing Jared does every day in our chat, just points out every loss I had. Rick Pitino just posted the game is canceled. Yep, we've heard that now. So now we know. So I'll take that out of my parlay for the end of the show. Chris, Wright State for you. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Rod, you think they score 138 points in the USC UConn game? It's down from 142.5. I gave it out as the under in the video at 142. I got a 4-point cushion already. But see, I don't see this thing. It doesn't. Jared, I know even if you're taking them with me, you're still going to hold me accountable.
I'm with Chris. I like Wright State to beat Marshall. I think they're just a better team. They played good last year, and I think they returned a bunch of guys. They come back.
It's got to be $40 on Wright State because then they almost go broke. Their program they lost all the money. Sorry, normally it's only going to be $40.
Every dollar you bet on Wright State, you have to match with a donation to the school.
Cool.
Sorry, normally I say 60, but for you guys it's got to be 40 because I understand you got financial issues. Anything else?
And there's not. I like Northern Kentucky, but dang, World's on Northern Kentucky, so I'm gonna take $60 Tennessee Tech plus the points. I think Northern Kentucky wins, but I don't think they win by that much. There's just too many people on it now. I like Northern Kentucky, but not with that. I can't do it. Tennessee Tech, Northern Kentucky wins by 10.
I don't think I gave it out as the over. I'm pretty sure I gave out the under. Oh, well. Oh, no, I did give out the over in that one. Yeah, I like the over. La Tech versus ULM. Wow. I think I've got my games confused. I think Florida Boston College I gave the under. I gave the over in that one. Yes. All right. La Tech versus ULM. Seattle. UCLA, TCU, Northwestern State, Virginia Tech, VMI. How many games do I do a week, man? It's like I got one confused there, I guess. But man, the line's down 4 points, so it gives me 4 points to work with on the over. I'll put that in my parlay. Oklahoma, UTSA. The Sooners finally make it to the court. I really liked them in their last matchup a lot. They were playing against a really soft Matador defense in that one. Got Iowa against Western Illinois. Kansas is unlined. Syracuse, Viagra. Drake against Nebraska, Omaha. Any of these games, Brian?
Yes, definitely Omaha. I bet it this morning at 9.5. I see it's at 8.5. Public still love it on Drake. I mean, why not? They're 2-0. Omaha got embarrassed by Creighton. I think they bounce back tonight and cover this. They could win it outright.
The UConn game is the one that I gave out the over. I think that game could go overtime. That UConn game. I believe that game against USC could go overtime. I think those teams match up really well.
Yeah, I'm going to take Louisiana Tech here. It's still nothing for ULM. I like Seattle against UCLA. I still can't stand this Bruins team. I think they're overrated, and I don't like it. I just still don't think Mick Cronin's the right coach for that job.
They won like 17 of their last 18 games last year. 13 in a row. They were the most dangerous team heading into the Pac-12 tournament. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to cover 20 against Seattle in December, but I'm saying it's tough to say that when they had the finish that they had last year.
I understand. I mean, it just feels like a playing style. Like Mick Cronin usually likes the defensive and more physical teams, and it just feels like a young team that just wants to run and gun and be a little bit flashy. That's all.
Rufalo's like, I never expected Mitch to be defending Mick Cronin. He's like, you blindsided me.
It caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to think of a rebuttal on the
He's
fly.
like, Rufalo light on his feet. I'm on Seattle plus the 20 here. It's 19.5, actually. It's down to. Rod, who do you like here? Oklahoma busting up UTSA. Sooner action.
I like Oklahoma today. I think they can beat up UTSA. I also like Iowa. I think Iowa beats up Western Illinois. I like that over too. I think they easily go over. I think Iowa could probably score 100 on Western Illinois. Ugh. Western Illinois is bad. I also like Virginia Tech over VMI. I actually think they cover that giant number.
Yeah,
Does it cost?
Oklahoma returns a ton. That's what it is. That's why I like them. Yeah, you ever see Steve Lavin, like when he's doing the commentary? He's got the blue ribbon journal in front of him with the binder edition. He's flipping through the pages. It's just like I just did. He does the exact same. He's like, he's got it right in front of him. You can see it. It's like, that is it's unpaid endorsement, man. Blue Ribbon Journal. Great college basketball preview. Good stuff. So a lot of picks there for you, Rod. That time slot, that 8 p.m. time slot.
Yeah, there's a few there I like.
Nice slot. I like that. I like Syracuse laying the 20, and the lower it gets. I see the line moving the other way. I don't care. It's because Syracuse has changed their style of play, and we saw against Bryant, it wasn't that effective. They were laying 25.5 and 1 by 1. So that also, why would they put out another number that big? If they, you would think the public would be all over Niagara, with a line that big when they were just bigger favorites than that and only 1 by 1.
See, I'm seeing that they are on Niagara, not huge, but that's why that line's moving on my sample.
I haven't looked at. I haven't looked at I haven't looked at it. I can put it up. Let's take a look too. But yeah, I'm just showing that, to me, when I look at the game as, from the original, just handicap, I'm at a higher, point at the game right here. But I'm just saying that, Syracuse has changed their style, and they're not going to be a 60-point a game, 45 to 60-point a game team anymore. They're going to be an 80, 85-point a game team. And I just don't think Niagara can go with them. I don't think they can. I don't think they have any guys that can score that much. I think Niagara is going to score 50. I think it's going to be 80-something to 50. And even 50. Anyone catch the last 3 minutes of that Florida State game last night?
Did you see Illinois State scored 177 yesterday in their game? I mean, that's crazy for a college basketball game. I don't know how you can do it. But 177. That must be a 3-point every time down the court.
I think they shot 86%. I think it was this.
It's crazy.
If you have opinions, D. Hayes, if you have opinions, post those in the Facebook group, man. I'd love to see him there. Love to see him.
I just think that means if you fade Illinois State next time, because look what happened to Murray State.
All
they
right.
probably were playing Marietta College or something like that. I'm not sure who they were playing. Somebody crappy.
Sac State against Idaho, the Vandals. Southern Utah versus Montana, the Grizzlies. BC versus Florida. This line's dropping like a stone. Got St. Mary's versus Texas Southern. They had to wait and put that line out this morning because they knew it would be so ugly. And Arizona State against the Cal Bears. The Bears. Brian?
A little lean to St. Mary's. I think they pretty much crushed Texas Southern. So, but it's nothing I'm running in the window to bet.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Florida BC total's going higher since I gave out that under in the video.
I kind of like Boston College in that one.
I like the under.
I don't like totals.
Totally can't stand totals.
I'm anti-total.
Totally against totals. Brian, how's that trip to Iona treating you? Still recovering?
I don't know if I'd ever make it back from there. I'd have so much fun.
It's like the Saturday Night Live bit. It's like, if there is something going on with this recruiting program, it's going on completely under my nose. Chris, it's like the guys.
That's a good choice of words.
That was they did it on Saturday Night Live when back when Studio 54, the Studio 54 scandal, and it's the guy. It's the head of Studio 50, someone dressed up like the head of Studio 54, and he's eating powdered donuts. And he's like, if there is something going on here, it's like all over his face, the powder from the donuts. It's like, if there is something going on here, it's going on completely under my nose.
That's probably before my time.
Yeah. Good bit.
It was good.
It's like, I must have a cold or something. I can't stop sniffling. I think I'm going to take Arizona State here. It's the only pick I like from this slot. I just don't think Cal's got what it takes to hang with them. And Arizona State, I don't see them. Don't see a ton of defense coming from Arizona State, but they just got too much. I think they're going to pull away from Cal as the second half goes on.
Montana for me. Grizzlies. I like that 2-point swing there. Right through zero. Just the way I like it. Speaking of right through zero, Ruffalo, what do you got for your parlay today?
Oh, man. Yeah, let's go to the top of the card. I like UMass Lowell with the points. I like the over in the Winthrop Low Rock game. And I will take Wright State plus the 1.5.
Rod? Now that I don't have Merrimack.
I'm going to go Wright State, Winthrop, and Iowa, minus the giant number. They win by like 40.
Brian?
Stick a Hundy on Utah minus the points, Boston College plus the points, and Omaha plus the points.
Oklahoma, UMass Lowell, and Liberty. Bounce back. Oklahoma.
Bounce back day.
UMass Lowell.
Bounce back day.
Would have had Merrimack in there. Would have been reduced to a two-team. Would have been reduced to a two-teamer.
Merrimack's mother's making Merrimack marry me.
I'm loving my new pen. Nobody's touched it.
No.
Not that you know of.
I told my son, I said, don't go near my pen. He's the only one that might touch it. So I said, don't touch his pen. Whatever.
I'm telling you, parenting it's certainly not a subject I want to touch on because I know how sensitive parents are, but I got to say it's just a lot different situation than when I was a kid. It's like now it's like they ask you, what would you like? Do you want grape juice or do you want, this? My father used to ask me, which belt do you want me to hit you with, the black one or the brown one? It's like
that's what happened yesterday at the restaurant.
My sister would be like, you picked the black one? It's like, all right, brown. It's like, oh shit! It's like,
do you want the wooden spoon or the plastic spoon?
Oh,
Which
man.
one are you getting beat with
my
today?
father had one question he would ask. Which color you want? The black one or the brown one? It really is a no-win situation.
Now you can't touch your kid? Can't spank him?
Yeah, I don't have kids, so I can't really say, I'm just saying, look how I turned out.
Old and crappy.
I'm a gambling name caller.
Worked out perfectly.
I live in a place where there's no people. And I have a big lot with big walls around it, so I don't have to see anybody. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate every one of you that comes by the show and at least watches. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Costs you nothing. It helps us a ton. It's what promotes us. Of course, we give out free picks on every game every single day, but our best bets, the ones that we stand behind, the ones that we like the very most, the ones that we're betting today, the ones that, the ones that we stand behind, the ones that we document our records, and those are our premium picks. And, you can. Oh, I just want to say another quick public service announcement before we sign off.
When does NBA start?
December 22nd is the regular season. Oh, we're very close. We're just 3 weeks away.
That's a good time to get a 30-day pass.
Yeah, it's a great time. I was #1 NBA handicapper last year.
Anyway, you should put your season pass up. Like some
I
guys
should
have
put
their
up my
baseball.
season
They have
pass.
their baseball pass up already, so why not?
I have my baseball pass?
Not you. Other guys have baseball passes up.
Yeah, they're foolish and lack vision. It just crowds up your page. I mean, then people are emailing. I can't find your.
Some
NBA
guy has
package.
like a mountain-long page.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure he's selling tons of those baseball packages right now. Yeah. So couple things real quick. If you have picks, if you have predictions, you have stuff like that, if you have, bets you want to share, the place to do that is in the Facebook group. Not in a personal message to me, not in an email. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean any of those things. It means that's what the Facebook group is for. I don't have time to look at your individual message. If you do that, you're more than likely you're going to get blocked. And if you're in our Facebook group and you do that to me, you're going to get thrown out of the Facebook group and blocked. Also, if you're going to send a message and you're unhappy about the free picks that we gave for free and clearly made it clear that where to find our best bets, if you say I don't mean to be negative, or this is the first part of it, we know you 100% mean to be negative, and that is the point of your thing. I don't mean to be a troll. I don't mean to be whatever. It's like that's exactly what you mean. So don't bother. Don't hit send. Because you're not going to get you're not going to get a sympathetic reaction from me. I can just assure you that. I like you guys, but you're not going to get like a sympathetic reaction that you didn't buy our premium picks that won, and you picked 4 free picks out of 80 that we gave, and you lost. Those are your picks. Those are yours. If you pick 4 out of 80, those are your picks. If you bet all 80 and you lost, well, then you lost in, betting our free picks. But I know this, and that's why I put that sign there. So take it to heart, man. We do this because we love it, but some things I got to say. Just had to say it. Public service announcement. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Be sure to join me at 5 o'clock for the Computer Pick Show. There's no Thursday night NFL game tonight, so there's no halftime show, but I will be on the drive-thru with Chris Ruffalo and Tony T. If Ruffalo doesn't filibuster over me, decide to turn my pick segment into his, which happens. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Well, not really, but that's okay.
I'll just get your mic turned off.
It was like we went to this fast format of the drive-thru, and Ruffalo decides, well, you know what?
I like the old style.
I'm going to give a 4.5 minute opinion on somebody else's game, and while they're just sitting there looking at me, it's like, I don't know. I guess the 14 hours he's on the air each week isn't enough for him. Just saying. I talk too much. I know that. I can't even sign off. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Hit the thumbs up. Have a great day. We appreciate every one of you, whether you buy something, whether you don't buy something. I don't really care. I appreciate all of you guys. Of course, we appreciate the support, though. Have a great day. Of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow.